Welcome, everybody, to the first episode, I guess, of this podcast slash YouTube show. It's going to be called Mets and Other Things because, let's be real, I'll talk about the Mets, but if I had to do that every single time for as long as the show's going to last, I might, not great. It's not good. It's not fun. I'd rather talk about other things like conspiracy theories or World Cup, whatever's going on. But this is the first episode. I'm a comedian. My name is Chris Scopo. If you don't know me, I do a lot of videos on Instagram. Check it out. That gets some good traction about sports and my teams. Knicks, thank God. I'm wearing the Knicks tonight, by the way, just so I feel a little bit of happiness and a little bit of joy. Because that made me, I actually forgot about the Mets for like a month and a half, and it was delightful. It was pure happiness and joy and every Mets fan dream to not think about the Mets. We had an orange and blue team that was actually good, actually fun to watch, not this slop that we are forced to see every single night. This is gonna be fun. We'll talk about some stuff, other things. Talk about conspiracy theories I love history, conspiracy theories. That's a good time. But let's do the first half of the show. The Mets. There are like 10,000 things I'd rather do than watch the Mets on a regular basis. If I'm forced to watch every single game, I'd rather be forced to watch the Beltran strikeout every single day for 10 hours a day than watch this team. That's how bad they are. It's awful. It's awful to watch. It's awful to see. I don't know a Met fan that actually likes this team. They're like, oh yeah, the Mets are playing. They're like happy. We watch it because we're mentally ill people that think somehow 2024 is going to come again. And let me tell you something, people. That was an anomaly. We don't get comebacks. We don't get happy. We don't get joy as Met fans. It's either we're going to be okay and then we do better, or we're going to do great and then we just stink. We just stink, and that's what we have to deal with. We have to deal with Yankee fans coming at us going, oh, I hope you love Soto. They're still butthurt about that. Let's be real. All right, they're losers too in the Bronx. They're absolute mouth breathers, and they don't deserve any kind of credit or joy. They're going to lose probably again this year. I pray to God. I pray to God every single day that they do not win the championship, because I'll never hear the end of it. I'll never hear the end of it from those pieces of crap. But this is my little studio we got going on here. It's my apartment. I got some Mets memorabilia. I'll bring some more stuff in. I hate everybody but AJ Ewing, Juan Soto, and Carson Bench. The three young guys with Beatty, not young anymore, Beatty, Vientos, and Alba. If I see Brett Beatty ground over to the second baseman one more time, I'd rather take cyanide pills than to see that. He's a nice guy. I actually met him this offseason. Big boy, big kid. But he can't play for this team anymore. And I don't know what they're going to do with these three guys. Alvarez probably will be here. It's hard to get a catcher, but he's a flop. Let's be real. He's a flop. And it's going to be okay for the rest of his 4 years that he's here, 3 years that he's here. Vientos. Vientos is the one that all Met fans are really hurt about. We're really kind of hurt because 2024 was just magical with him. Magic. He's slow as molasses, but it was magical, dude. He was great. He was great in the season. He was great in the postseason. We're like, this is it. We got a guy. We got a new guy coming in, and he stinks. He is just awful to watch. By the way, he can't be wearing chains. You can't be wearing chains on your shirt batting 220. What is he doing? Put the chain. You're a chain in guy now. As soon as you get the batting average over 270, you can be chain out guy. Now you're a chain in guy. I can't stand to watch him bat. First off, he swings at everything in the other batter's box. I can't stand to see him run because it's awful. And his look about him. It's like, yeah, your look is great when you're driving 28 home runs and you're an absolute phenom in the postseason. But now, it's just, you're putrid to watch. And no Met fan likes him anymore. Everyone that liked him, done with him. They're just toast. And I got to give other Met fans credit. They were done with him after last season. And I was like, no, I think he's going to be okay. I think he's going to bounce back. Wrong. He has games where you're like, this guy's still got it. That first week of the season, we're like, he's back, baby. 2024 is back. This guy's crushing home runs in San Francisco. He was doing good against St. Louis. And it's just 2025 since that series in San Fran. The problem is you can't just release him, because when you release him, he's going to go to another team and dominate. That's the Mets. That's the Mets right there. Whoever we bring in will stink, but as soon as they leave, they will be great. And the best part is every player that comes back, they want to just crush us. And they do. And they do. What did we do so wrong as an organization that their players just hate us? The fans, obviously, not the best. A lot of mentally ill Met fans out there that just hate everything about their lives, so they just bring it over to the Mets. You know, you got something to deal with, you should go to a therapist or look in the mirror. It's not the Mets' fault that your parents hate you. Senga's terrible. Let's be real. Kodai Senga is, watching him pitch makes me happy my grandfather fought in World War II and beat Japan. That's how annoyed I am with this guy. I thought we had a phenom. Dude, after 2023 season, I was like, yo, we should never drop the bomb on Japan. It was horrible what we did. Now I'm like, grandfather fought for the American people. This guy's Greg Maddux in the first inning. Every first inning, this guy is elite. Elite. And then somehow, Space Jam happens where all his powers just go away. And then he's in the dugout. Going like this with his mechanics, sharpening, oh yeah, right here. Buddy, it's not your mechanics. You're not good. You're not a good pitcher anymore. I don't know what happened. The fact that everyone's blaming Pete Alonso for the throw last year, dude, if that really knocks you off, your trajectory of being a good starter, you're not that good to begin with. Stop showing him in the dugout, SNY, of him going over mechanics, and I don't care. Yeah, he's great when no one's at the plate, gonna hit a 5-foot home run off him. Soto's gonna be out for a few days probably with that. And the Soto-Lindor thing, let's be real, it's true. They don't like each other. Can they exist? Yeah, but they don't like each other. I think one of them actually, I think they might trade Lindor by the end of the year, I think that. But, everyone, and there'd be half of the fan base would be like, yeah, great. And then we can't lose him. I don't know what to do anymore. I have no idea what to do. I thought Stearns coming in was going to save this franchise. Obviously not. By the way, Soto lives with his parents. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you living with your parents for? I know they live in your house because you make $1 jillion a year, but get them a place down the block. How are you going to bring a baddie in, smash, and then your mom just making pancakes in the morning? It's odd, dude. It's weird. Maybe that's the thing about him. He's too close with his family. When you're too close to your family, things get, Things get a little messed up in the brain. He probably was homeschooled. Homeschool kids are just weird to begin with. Let's get to David Stearns. I was pumped for David Stearns. I really was. I was pumped for this guy. I was like, this guy's a genius. He turned Milwaukee around. He's going to do it for us. I don't think he's a Met fan. I don't think he's a true Met fan. I know he's from Long Island. The whole thing was he's a Met fan growing up. He's come back. You're not really a Met fan because you didn't have good backup plans. You know the saying what can go bad will go bad? That's the Mets every year. Every year, what can go bad will go bad with this team. Doesn't matter who we bring in, they'll get hurt, or we're bringing great second basemen and they just stink, and then they go somewhere else and they're great. You brought in two guys, in Robert and Polanco. But I don't even know what Polanco looks like, by the way. If you walk down the street, I have no idea it's a Mets player. I have no idea what that man looks like. Two guys that are often injured, but they weren't last year, and you were like, they're going to play 140 games. 140 games. Easy, these guys. They're not. It's the Mets. We don't do baseball well. Robert, when they brought AJ Ewing up, I was like, oh, we're never seeing Robert anymore. He's gone. And then Polanco, this guy walks incorrectly, and then boom, his calf is now strained. We're not going to see Polanco the rest of the year. And then he'll come back next year in the middle of the year, do well for 2 weeks, and then he's done. What are you doing, David Stearns? How do you not know? You got to minimize the bad in the beginning. You minimize the bad in the beginning, so when it goes bad, it's not awful for the team. You brought in people that the bad was big. And what happened? The bad happened. Let's be real. If Polanco and Robert were healthy on this team, they'd be like 7 games under 500 instead of 10. You had an off season. Well, you knew what you were doing. Okay, you knew what you were doing, trading Nimmo, trading McNeil, and then not signing Pete. You knew fans were not going to be happy, and you knew that if you didn't get off to a good start, the people were going to get restless. And let me tell you, they got restless real quick. Do you realize that? Manaea, yeah, I wanted to bring him back. I thought maybe the arm slot thing was cool. That's gone. Toes. He's terrible. Clay Holmes breaks his femur, which, I found out that was a bone when that happened. But you're going to trade him now because what's the point of having? He's going to opt out of it. He makes $12 million a year. He's a top 15 pitcher in the game. Trade him and try to get anything for him. He's going to opt out. Maybe you re-sign him in the offseason. And the Spider-Man mask. Get rid of the Spider-Man mask. What the hell are you guys doing? If Spider-Man was real, he'd be ashamed to be from Queens. That's how an abomination you guys are to Queens. Just trade everybody but Soto, Ewing, and Bench. I don't care. No one can. These fans don't care anymore. If you watch the Mets for the rest of the year, you either are A, mentally ill, me, you have no social life and probably live at home with your family, need a girlfriend, a lot of them, or you're just a degenerate gambler. That's the only three people that are going to watch the rest of this year. And the attendance, the attendance in August, September, I can't wait to see that stadium empty. I can't wait to see that stadium empty. Because you know why? Because it sends a message that, hey, you can't be dismantling the team, have that smirk on your face that you know more than everybody else, and the team's junk. Have a little empathy for the fans. That's why I don't think you're a Met fan. Because you would have empathy for the fans. You know how hard it is to be a Met fan. You know, living in New York with the Yankees, how hard it is to be a Met fan, and you just, no, we're gonna be fine. Shut up. I want to see you crying in those media. If he cried in those sessions, I'd be like, all right, maybe this guy is a Met fan. You know, maybe he has a heart. Maybe he's not a robot. No, but he smiles. Why are you smiling, David? This team stinks. We have to deal with the Yankee fans, the Philly fans, the Brave fans, and the rest of the MLB will laugh at us like they usually do. And then you bring Bichette in. Bichette, I don't know. I feel bad for that guy, honestly. I really do feel bad. He came from a nice Toronto town to savages in Queens. You know, he was going to get the brunt of it because he was kind of the pseudo Alonso, bringing that for him. And he's not Pete Alonso. He hits. He's a better hitter. Not this year. But he's not Pete Alonso. So he was going to deal with that. If they would have brought back Pete and then brought back Bichette, this team would have been way better, by the way. Because now you got Pete and Bichette. He's only going to be here 1 year regardless. You think he wants to stay here? No, he's going to opt out anyway. He's going to opt out anyway and just make money somewhere else. So if you would have brought Bichette and Alonso, and then you get rid of Nimmo and McNeil, that's actually a good lineup. And you have Semien, who stinks. Good-looking kid, though. I'll give you some. Marcus Semien, I'll say this about you. You're a good-looking guy. You got a sharp jawline. Everyone's like, you know, he's not a small, he's a small market GM. I was like, dude, he was a small market GM because he was one of 32 options, and the one option he had was a small market. I was like, oh, no, there's no way. This guy would definitely spend money if he could. Who would want to spend money that's not yours? There are thousands and thousands of housewives that do this every single day. They spend money that's not theirs. There are gold diggers that have bought houses with money that's not theirs. And they're having a good old time with it. Bring a gold digger in to be the GM of the Mets. They'll spend money left and right. You bring like a billionaire CEO's like trophy wife, let her be the GM. She'll make this team popping. What are you going to do to fix this team for next year? Because I think you're going to come back. I think Cohen will bring you back for one more year because he did wait a long time for you. And you have the excuse that everyone's injured, Lindor and Polanco and Robert and the whole pitching staff. You have that kind of excuse, so I think he'll bring you back. But this team's not going to be good next year either. Don't know what you're going to do to fix that. Because we have some minor leaguers, but they're mostly pitchers and they're okay. Tong isn't going to be a project, dude. I felt bad for this. He was a child last year. Even a child this year when he was playing. It's like, buddy, you got to grow some hair in your balls first, then come back to the league. Let me see your chest. If your chest is fully nothing there, you can't come back in the league. McLean looks like this guy's been through wars. McLean looks like he'll punch you, drink a whiskey, and then go out and take your girl. That's a guy I kind of want as my starting pitcher. They might win like 70, honestly. They're that bad of a team. They're so bad. And no one cares. No one tries. Mendoza's checked out. He knows he's gone in 3 months anyway. I just want a team that wins. I can't die before I see a Mets championship. Like, I have to see a Mets championship before I die. You got to help me out. I'm not in the best shape in the world. So, I was born 6 months after the 86 World Series. Is it me? Maybe. I got to see a championship. I got to be in this world to see a Mets championship before I go. I want to talk about some other things. I'm a comedian. I do a lot of videos on Instagram that, you know, they do well on social media with sports stuff. Oh, by the way, I put a video about the team not being able to hit. Vientos was on there. I said Vientos just swings at balls in the other batter's box. Look it up on Instagram at Chris Copo. Hey, yo, Vientos' dad, not happy with your boy. Not happy. I saw a thing. It was like something Vientos. I go, oh, that's weird. He has the same last name as Vientos. First he said, this is a guy who lives at home. And I was like, oh, no, buddy, they're called apartments. That's my apartment. Then he goes, oh, yeah, some people shouldn't be comedians. They're not funny. And I looked at it, and it was just the picture of Vientos and his dad. I go, oh, my God, I ticked off the family. Your son stinks. Not the smartest baseball player. I can't do what Vientos does. I'm not a good athlete like he is, but I could definitely be a lot smarter on the base pass than he is. He first said it wasn't funny, which that did bug me a little bit because that was a funny sketch. I put sunglasses on, I put chains on, and I just was like, oh, well, I'm Mark Vientos. I like swinging that ball balls in the other batter's box. Kind of funny. That was kind of funny. I thought it was pretty good. But I got players' family coming after me, and I don't want that because I want to be part of this team. My dream is to throw out the first pitch. That's one of my dreams, honestly, and be on the float when they win championship. This season's gonna stink, and the podcast is gonna be called Mets and Other Things. And let's be real, it's gonna be a lot of the other things. I enjoy talking about conspiracy theories. I love a good conspiracy theory because I'm single, live by myself with a dog, and I need a lot of time to fill up. So I pop in a nice conspiracy theory doc, and that gets me going. It gets me, my juices flowing. I love history. World War II guy in my 30s. It's what happens when you're in your 30s. You learn about people that were just better than you at life. And at 21 years old, they're fighting wars. At 21 years old, you were getting blacked out and peeing beds. But the World Cup's popping off too. The World Cup is popping off, and I don't know about you guys, I enjoy watching the World Cup once every 4 years and then just trashing Europeans. Just be like, guys, this is our seventh sport, and we're not that bad. Okay, we're not that bad of a team, it's our seventh sport. And just, you know what I say to them too? If black players played, you guys would be toast. And they're like, no, you guys never do that. I go, buddy, imagine LeBron James from a young kid played football or soccer. That's how good we would be, by the way. We win every World Cup, and it would be called, we'd be like, no, it's called soccer now, world, deal with it. Imagine LeBron James passing the ball to a streaking Kevin Durant. And who's that trailing him? Oh, Kyrie Irving. I think you guys be toast. English people bug me. They think they're like holier than now. They have that attitude that we're the best. And they always say in soccer, like, it's coming home. It's like, guys, it hasn't been home for like 70 years. Relax. It doesn't even know you exist anymore. It's been in Brazil, hanging with models and fat asses. I think it's having a lot more fun than crooked teeth. The Scots, I love them so much. I don't drink anymore, but if I did, I'd go to the Tartan Army. I might relapse. Maybe I relapse with the Tartan Army. And they're fun because they hate English people too. And then everyone's coming over here like, America's dope, dude. America's the best. Have you seen a Buc-ee's? They're like, it's the greatest thing. The refills, they're perplexed by refills. That's how good we have in this country. We don't even care about refills anymore. It's like, yeah, that's America, bro. We're dope. All right? Yeah, we got some problems. Yeah, we got some racial issues. But at least we don't throw bananas at soccer players like they do in England. So calm down, English people. You started racism. You invented it. We're not going to do any conspiracy theories this week because we got some, just brief stuff about the Mets and how much I hate them and how much every fan hates them. But that's it. This is the episode, YouTube. This will be a YouTube show. I'm not putting it on podcast. We won't listen to podcasts anymore. Everyone's on YouTube. So hope you guys like it. Subscribe to my page, be on my page, write a comment, say I suck, say I don't suck, whatever you want to say. I hope this went well. No one's behind the camera watching, but I'm going to try to have some fun, talk about conspiracy theories next week maybe, talk a little bit Mets. They got smoked tonight by the Cubs. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Chris Scopo. I'm not the best editor, so if this editing sucks, I apologize. I apologize to you guys, but you're Met fans. You should know what suck is.